What's up, y'all? Here I am, back on the Javelin tonight. I've been really trying to make a concerted effort to get back on this car because my Mustang's getting close to being done. I just have a few little things. I'm trying to get finished up on a Mustang, but so what I did was, I got this thing running in another video that I don't even know if I'm gonna put out because I recorded it so bad. And then I started trying to get the front end together because I'm tired of seeing it without the front end. So I start going through the car and finding the pieces. I've got headlights, trim, that's a headlight bezel, which I couldn't find. The plastic surrounds for the headlights, couldn't find those. Grill, this plate goes like up here, I think. And mind you, this car, I'm piecing it together as I go, trying to figure it out. I have no idea how it goes together. And I got the same thing over here. I get ready to start run the wiring, but to find those pieces, I was like, I don't have room, so I started cleaning up. Look at this mess. You can't see how many things are in these boxes, but I mean, that's all just spider eggs, and there's like a spider infestation out here. I've spent 2 or 3 hours just cleaning up this trash. And I started feeling good because look, I've got, there's a seat that I'm trying to work with. I have my stand here. There's an OG tire if you guys want to ever get some specs or see what that looks like. But as you can see, we got much more meat there. Anyways, cleaned up this whole side. This all had all that stuff you've seen was kind of like right here. Started feeling good. Then I look inside and I'm like, oh my gosh. I have just so many thousands of missing pieces in here. Look at this seat. I started putting carpet in it. As you can see, I got up into the back seat. Carpet into the back seat. It's dirty, but it's clean up. It's new carpet. But I'm still just so far away. Here's the wiring box for my headlights, brake lights, turn signals, everything. The rest of the carpet I need to finish off the back. I got to get new back seat reupholster, new front seats. I think I got 2 driver's side front seats, so I have to make a bracket to get that to fit. Or I have to just get 2 new seats because these ones don't adjust. That'll move, but the seat is so rusted and old that it doesn't slide. If you can see, look at the steering wheel to the seat. My legs barely fit underneath there. There's just not a lot of room, and the seat will not slide back. Even though there's room, the bracket won't slide back. This one's the same way. They both will bolt directly in there, but the passenger side has a different bolt pattern. Neither one fit. So I can either adapt those to fit or get 2 new seats from somewhere. I still would have to make bolts or bracketry and put it in. Ugh. So anyways, it's a little bit disappointing. And then I come back here and I clean out the trunk of the car. And this is where I'm really just hitting a wall right now. Look at this. You can see straight through. That's my strut right there. That's where it bolts. There's no support right there for my strut. This entire bed, you can see through certain places. It's all rust from being flooded, sitting outside in Ohio. Hole. Weight reduction. It's just in such bad shape. Look at this weather stripping. Hard as a rock. Only half of it's there. And this is nobody's fault. This car sat in Ohio, man. And to be honest, it's actually not in bad shape for sitting in Ohio, but I've got the rear end lifted up off the ground. I just started the other day, checked the trans, checked the rear brakes. It's working. But then look at this. Part of the taillight. 2 different shifters. This is part of the front, underneath the front bumper, like the lower grille, starter. 1 mirror. I don't have the other side. I have 3 wipers. This is the OG. Well, this is a fan motor for the blower, a blower motor. This still has dirt from floodwater on it. The flood was, I don't know, 20 years ago, the last one. What's the odds you think this works? I'm going to hook it up and see at the end of this video. Anyways, more taillights. This is the power steering box that went through all the floods. Leaking, obviously, when I got the car running. I bought a new one, had it put on, sat in the shop for like a year and a half, new one leaks. Feel real good about that. And then I just have hundreds, or at least 150, 200 random pieces of chrome that go around the car. I can't even show you how deep this goes, but just like, I don't even know where this goes. Is this how it's supposed to look? Is it bent? Still got flood water on it. I haven't even cleaned it yet. Don't even know if this is even to the car. This looks like an A-pillar, but when I look in the car, I think I've got all of them in. Don't even know where that would go. So, my question is, where do I go from here? Where do I go? The car will start. The car will move. The car will stop. At one point, I was working on the interior, but I can't drive it even with I have interior because I've got to get this front end on because I don't have no turn signals. I don't have no brake lights. I have to get the wiring done. With no grill, the wind comes directly in here. And it's really giving my hood a tough time. My hood is wobbling on each side. And these hoods are so long. It's so heavy that they bend really easy. So I have to be really careful. I just don't know. I don't know what to do. I feel a bit defeated. I've had the car for years. My dad had it for years. Just don't know where to start. Do I keep working on? Yeah, and when I get in, the front shocks are so bad that when you sit on one side or the other side, the whole side of that car stays sunk down for a few days. It rubs the fenders, so the front suspension needs done. There's so much play in it when you're in the steering wheel because everything in there is just so loose and so old in the steering system. It's dangerous. The steering wheel itself, this is where the mirror is supposed to go. The steering wheel is held on by 3 bolts. It's hella loose. These things aren't even tight. Literally finger tight. I can almost turn that with just a fingernail. This thing, my steering column is cooked. I need a new steering column. None of these electronics here are going to work. So I got some more plastic trim over there that goes on there and we'll finish that up. I just don't know where to get started. Do I keep working on the interior, finish that up? Do I get all the electrics done? Get all these wires run? I just don't know. I wonder where you guys would go from here. Because I just feel stuck at the moment. I'm almost convinced I want to go ahead and try to get these headlights mounted. I don't have no hardware at all for these. And I don't have no big hardware bin or nowhere to find hardware. I don't know. I can obviously go to the hardware store, but I'd be guessing every size for every screw, which I'm going to have to do anyways. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know how this goes together. If I have all the pieces, I think I do. But I'm not 100% sure. So, yeah, I'm just at a rough spot right now. I'm just wondering what you guys would do. Obviously, I will have the car running and driving safely and where I'm comfortable. That's my goal. The car is never going to be perfect. It all has to get done, but I'm looking for something that I can do that's going to be satisfying, that's going to give me some juice to keep moving forward with other projects. So do you guys think it would be the headlights? You guys tell me what to do. Do you think go ahead and get these headlights in and get them working so I can turn on headlights and then go back to the taillight situation, turn signals? I think I have everything I need to get brake lights, turn signals, and headlights. That has wiring in there going to all the brake lights. That's the brake light there all the way across. I got to replace all that. Like I said, this button box will do all of it. I can do it all with this button box. We're just going to redo all the wiring. So I think that the best bang for my buck will be to put this grill, headlights, all the surround, get it all cleaned up, get it all in, and have it looking like the front end of a car. And that will motivate me to get to finishing the suspension and the interior so that I can drive it. I think that's what I need. I just went and bought this wiring little get up here. It's small, but for me, I'm only working on one car, so I've got plenty of wire here to run all my wiring for the lights, brake lights and stuff. Even had to buy a pack of these fuses because I want to test some stuff in the car, because there is still some wiring, and it takes these glass fuse assortment. I've never even used them, but found some. So yeah, let me know what you guys would do. Would you finish the front so it actually looks like a car again? And then, I mean, I don't know, do I go get a paint job slapped on it? What do I do with these rust spots? These holes. Do I do it how I want to, which is throw a license plate on that shit, run some self-tappers through it, and then run some caulk around it, weather strip waterproof caulking around it? That's what I want to do. That's what I might do. That's what I'm thinking. Do the same thing over here. Weight reduction hole. Take that Steelite paint that takes old metal and rust and turns it into usable metal, good metal. Paint this whole fucking trunk. Same thing with this. Weight reduction down there. This is supposed to, that's supposed to be a fender there. Anyways, like I said, I'm just curious. What would you guys do? That's an update on what I've been up to. It's not like I ain't been just sitting around. I do got the rear end together, so you see, I had to build all this. I didn't know how it ends together. It's like a bottom fascia part here. It goes all the way across. Then the bumper, these taillights. This is one piece. This is one taillight, but three pieces. So this is a piece, this is a piece, and that's a piece. I mean, just getting that was $300. Just to get that wasn't cracked and destroyed like my other one. This is what the one I had can't look like. So you see this metal surround here, it's broken. This one's broken into three pieces. Just that taillight is $300. That's the other thing. I have a lot of money. I don't mind putting money into cars, but this Mustang is if I sold that today, $6,000-7,000 is what I would get out of it, right? I have over 15 in this car, in the Mustang already, and I'm not done. The Javelin's worse. Just to get the rear end done, I put a new rear end on it, had a drive shaft made, new front spindles, new brakes on all four around, everything it took, wheels, tires, motor, transmission, brake lines, fuel tank. I mean, everything it took just to get this thing to drive for the first time. I'll go ahead and tell you, I'm almost $20,000 into this car, and I can't even drive it. It will start up and run, but like I said, as soon as you sit on it, the front sinks because the suspension's 50 plus years old. That shock's been flooded 3 times, and it's 50 years old. Front suspension and all the drive, it's 50 years old. It's scary to drive. It's not safe to drive. But I'm $20,000 into this. And just for reference, you can buy these running and driving in better shape than mine. $8,000 to $15,000 almost all day long. So I have more than what I could have bought 1 or 2 of these for into this. This is my dad's, so I don't want another one. Scrap this one. This is the car. But I have to start making some business decisions on how things get done. Like getting that trunk taken out, getting it done professionally, having the body work weld. Some of that stuff's just out of the question. I can't afford to put the money into it. I got a daughter. I've got a lot of stuff going on. I want a new truck. A lot of stuff going on. So stuff like this, I have to just make do with what I got. The front end. I can't go buying all types of shit. I can't have pay people to do this motor and stuff. I paid a mechanic to do this. He tore the motor down. He replaced a lot of stuff in the rotating assembly. So this motor came out of an 82 F-150 or F-250. It was a 5.0 high output motor. I guess a push rod. So I bought the truck for $500 off somebody, drove it. It was having some oil pressure issues. So me and a mechanic thought the oil pump's probably going bad. The truck had over 200,000 miles. I had the Javelin sitting there with no engine. An old F-150 I didn't really need because I had another truck. Said, hey, let's take the motor out of there. Let's rebuild it. We'll just do what it needs. We'll get it in the Javelin, get it running and driving. Bet. So we took it down, we replaced timing chain, a lot of the rotating assembly in the front, water pump, stuff like that. We converted it from fuel injected to carbureted because all the extra stuff that you had to have a fuel injected motor in 1982 was insane. It was so much easier to just do carbureted. We got a nice carburetor, new intake, Mustang heads. We had to make some exhaust manifolds. You know, it took a lot of work to get this to run and drive. It wasn't just slide a motor down in there. Everything had to work. It's just taken a lot of work to get to this point and a lot of money. And so I'm in between, complaining about how much money and time I've already spent on the car and how much I still need to do. Where should I go? So again, what would you guys do? Do this front end, get it good, then work on suspension and steering situation so that it can drive, and then do the interior and slap some paint on it? I think that's where I'm going to go. But I'd like to know what y'all think. Let me know. I'm going to go ahead and post this video. It's really, I did the best I could to make it informal, and stayed here for almost 20 minutes and listened to me talk and complain about having 2 project cars. I appreciate it. Let me know in the comments if you watch this video what you think. What would you do? What should I do? And I'll be making a video when I do it. So if I decide to go ahead and start the wiring and get this front done. I'm gonna show you how I do it. Show you how I figure it out, how I get it done, how I get everything fitted. I'm gonna take my time, be a good video. So yeah, let me know what you want, and I'll start working on that, and we'll just keep making progress on this thing together, man. Holla at y'all later.